Hey friends, welcome into another episode of the Marketing for the Rest of Us podcast. I am very excited for this episode because I have something to share with you that's just super thrilling. It's one of those discoveries that it's like a total light bulb eureka moment, right? And the reality is it's not like it's something that I didn't always know, but there's a new way of thinking about it that I had never thought about before that is going to help me in sales conversations, in marketing materials, and I think it can do the exact same for you. If you're listening to this podcast, definitely screenshot this. Take a picture of it, with the screenshot, share it out on Instagram or Facebook or wherever. Let people know that you're listening to the podcast if you enjoy it. I mean, this is how the podcast spreads is word of mouth. So please tell somebody else about it. If you happen to be watching this on YouTube, we publish them on YouTube a few weeks after they go live on the actual podcast feed here. So definitely go ahead and check it out on YouTube there if you can. And if you do, like, subscribe, etc. Of course, if you're watching this, then you're probably already there and you could do that. So anyway, I digress. What I want to share with you is the three types of customers that you can find online through digital marketing. Okay. And I want to give full credit where it's due for this. I heard this explained in this way from a colleague of mine named Eric. And shout out Eric Dingler. In Transit Web Design, or excuse me, In Transit Studios is his web design company. I mean, they do great work. And so yeah, they're a competitor, but who cares, right? I mean, there's enough to go around for everyone. And so I would encourage you to check him out. Anyway, he was talking about this, and I rephrased it a little bit to make it alliterated and to give some more language around it. But I really love this idea. And again, it's the idea that there's only three types of customers online. So your marketing activities really need to focus on capturing one of those groups. And what's interesting is certain marketing activities may work across the board, but some will only work to gather some customers and some will only work to gather others. So we're going to talk very briefly through those three types of customers and see if we can give you some help here and a new way to think about things. So the first type of customer are your repeat customers, okay? Your repeat customers. These are people who have done business with you before and would likely do business with you again. Now the question becomes very apparent of how are you going to engage those sales? Are you going to individually call them and ask for more sales? Are you just going to hope and pray that they think of you again and show up sometime in the future? I certainly wouldn't advise really either of those. The first one is difficult to scale, and the second one is just relying on a hope and a prayer. So, what is the best method of marketing that you can do to capture somebody who is already a customer of yours? Well, the answer, of course, is email marketing. Okay. Email marketing is how we capture those customers who have done business with us before and would do business with us again if they could only be reminded that we're here to do business with. Now, what you're selling also may depend on how well this is going to work. For example, maybe you have a product that somebody's not likely to need a second one of right away. Well, okay, fine. But maybe they could tell somebody else if they were being regularly reminded of the business that they did with you and their happy experience. Maybe they could refer somebody else to you. And we're going to talk about that in just a moment as well. So, your repeat customers, these are the people that you can connect with through email marketing, stay top of mind, even if they just see your name in their inbox. Like, even if they don't read the email, you having that touch point with them on a regular basis is going to keep people coming back, okay? And it's just that simple, It's gonna keep people in your realm, in your world, and you need to engage them and give them value. I mean, the emails shouldn't be all marketing in terms of like all about your business. You should make the emails valuable and you should definitely provide value to the reader so that it is something that they're excited to get rather than something that they are annoyed by. But those repeat customers are huge and you can oftentimes capitalize on them through email marketing. Okay, the second type of customer that you can get online is a referral customer. So you get your repeats and your referrals. Okay, so for your referral customers, the big thing about referrals is you're trying to capitalize on their trust value. So if somebody's a repeat customer, you have already gained trust with them. There was enough trust in the transaction to actually do business with you. Now, the referral presumably is hearing about you from a source that they trust. So you already do have a little bit of that built up. But even in the case when I receive referrals, and you've probably done this too, actually, statistics would say that you almost certainly have. Whenever you receive a referral for something, it's very likely that you didn't just take their word for it. And this applies across the board, right? So, for example, a buddy has been telling me about this movie that I just had to watch. A little bit older movie, early 2000s, I think. It was called The Prestige. You've probably seen it. Um, and I thought, great, this sounds really awesome. But I still went and watched the trailer for myself and saw what other people had to say about the movie. Why? Because I absolutely trust my friend Alex's recommendation on this movie, on this product, but I'm still not convinced for myself. I still want to see something for myself before I invest my time, my 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever it is, in the movie. And in the case of products and services, my time and my money on the products and services. So how do you capture these customers? How do we increase that trust value with them? Well, certainly content marketing can do that, but that's also an investment. Somebody also has to invest their time to even engage with your content, and they may not even be willing to do that. So the chief way to capture referral customers online to gain their trust is to do so through reviews and reputation management. If somebody can trust your what other people are saying about your business, about your services, about your products online, then they will be much more likely to take that next step and to actually do business with you and gain trust in the transaction itself, not just in actually reading a review. So that's where it starts though. If we can do review and reputation management on your brand, then people will gain trust even more so from that and then move further into the transaction with you. I hope you are finding this valuable. Again, those first two types of customers, repeats and referrals. Email marketing captures those repeat customers, and then review and reputation management can capture those referral customers. Now, the third type of customer online is ironically the one that most business owners try to go after first without realizing that it's the hardest and most expensive to go after. And those are your researchers. Okay. So you've got your repeats, your referrals, and your researchers. Your researchers are going out to the internet and they're saying, how do I blank? Or they're saying, what can I blank? Or they're saying, where can I blank? Right? These are your search customers. You have a fantastic opportunity to catch these customers through content marketing, specifically blogging or YouTube videos. Podcasting is a little harder because normally you're not just doing question answer type of stuff on a podcast. YouTube videos and blogs, though, are 100% huge for this. And sometimes you can, get away with doing some YouTube and podcast stuff that will sort of scratch this itch as well. This is sort of what I'm doing, right? So there is this middle ground, but for the most part, you can write a blog post that answers a specific question, or you can create a YouTube video that answers a specific question and see traffic coming in very, very quickly in some cases from those things. I would say on YouTube, if you're optimizing correctly, it could happen faster than on a blog. On a blog, it will probably take 3 to 6 months before you're really getting the kind of traction that you want. And even then, that assumes that you've gone through and done keyword research and all the things that you really need to do to ensure that the blog post is going to be successful. Okay. So most definitely there are ways to capture these customers, but it is a long game. It takes a lot of time. It's going to take a while before you start to see results. And the sheer reality of the situation is it takes more money. It really does. It's a huge investment. And these people are one of the statistics that I heard Eric say was that customer, the research customer, is going to need to interact with you like 20 times before they're ready to make a purchase. So we can capitalize easier and cheaper on your repeat customers and on your referral customers by starting out with some of those services like email marketing and review and reputation management. Now, what's cool about this, and if you're a longtime listener or if you're a newer listener but you've gone back and listened to the earlier episodes, you'll know that this podcast sort of is in the circumference of my CREST framework, right? So within my CREST framework, we do have email marketing, review and reputation management, as well as content marketing. So it is in that way self-serving. It just so happens that in a sense it's validation of the fact that, yeah, these three types of customers that you can find online, my CREST program that I do help people with is a perfect fit for this, because we do it, and we also encapsulate with two of the other very important services to making all of this work. And that is a conversion-based web presence, which tackles your website and actually making sure that when somebody gets there, they will convert into customers. And then on the other end, targeted advertising, making sure that we're taking advantages in all of these steps of advertising to the right people using paid spending to accelerate the process a little bit. So I'm just going to go ahead and give you a flat out invitation right here. I mean, if this sounds interesting to you, if this is resonating with you, then my CREST program may actually be a really good fit, or maybe not. Maybe we just start with one of these other things. One of the things that I like to do is offer the review and reputation management up front, because so many people have an opportunity to capitalize on word of mouth. Word of mouth is the biggest business builder for most businesses, and they're not capitalizing on it because their review and reputation management game is kind of weak. So that's a good place to start. Maybe you're interested in learning more about that. What I would invite you to do is just go to northmaxservices.com and schedule a Compass call with me. When you get to the page, you'll be invited to sort of just read a little bit about our values and stuff. You can just hit the continue button and scroll, and then, or you can hit the bottom of the page. There's a little skip button that you can go down to the bottom and fill out the form right there for a Compass call to talk with me about what it might be like to implement these sorts of services in your business. Okay. It'll be a 45-minute or so conversation with me. I will not sales pressure you. My hope with having these conversations is to learn more about, your business, learn more about, you learn more about my business, and we'll just talk and see what's up and see if it would be a good fit. And if not, we'll always be here just waiting and ready to go. So, northmaxservices.com would be honored to go on and help you to implement these sorts of services in your business. All right. God bless. You guys take care. I hope you found this helpful. Again, your repeats, your referrals, and your researchers. Those are the three types of customers that you have the opportunity to grab. You can do this, okay, in your business. So, God bless. You guys take care. See you in the next one.